Welcome to Use Selection Filter to implement multi-select. Hey, I'm Eric, and a question that I have received many times from different customers, and also something that we have implemented in numerous ways, are multi-select. Typically, whenever you do something in Business Central, you can select one. You go to a sales order and you want to add some items to the sales order. You have to select them one by one. So you do create a new line, you go lookup, you select. But maybe you want to just select 7 items and you get 7 lines in your order. That would be pretty cool. But that's not really part of the core product, but we can make that work. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get right into it, because we're probably going to need to write some code here. Here's a sales order, and this is what I'm talking about, that we can go and select one, but we can't really select more. In this case, we can try to select from list, but we can't. There's no select, so there's no way of getting this to work. So let's try to add that functionality without breaking anything else. And I think somewhere behind the scene I have a let's see where we are. Here's a Visual Studio Code, and I even prepared a small, completely empty solution. So if we want to modify this process, we need to modify. Let's add, so let me actually start somewhere else. So you can see that now, in this case, we have the lookup, which points downwards. We also sometimes have a option on the field to drill down into the knowledge behind the data behind the field. But we actually have a third option called an assist edit. So I think I'm going to use that. But first I need to figure out how to work with this. Where is this? So I will actually open the page inspector, and hopefully it will show up in a second. Come on, PC, we can do that. Alt Control F1, there it is. And I'll just put the cursor back down here, and we can see that this is sales order subform. In the olden days, before a lot of things, we actually did not have pages, we had forms. So some stuff are still named subforms. Take that as a piece of history. Anyway, sales order subform, that's the one we need to mess with. So let's sales order subform. We will create a page extension, if I can make it to type today. Our subform, and we'll extend the sales orders subform. There we go. This is and let's add the assist edit. So to do that, we'll need to touch the layout, and then we'll actually do a modify. So we want to, even though we want to add something, in this case the assist edit, the 3 dots you can click on, we'll not be adding something, because we're not adding a new field. We're just modifying an existing field to also have that. So we'll go modify, and then we let's do the number thing. Or maybe we should actually let's do number. There could be usability arguments for actually. No, where are sales orders? Let's go back into sales orders. There could be an argument for doing it on the type, but we can move it around if we got time at the end of the video, if we can get this to work. Anyway, so modify, and what we want to do is make sure that this one shows the assist edit. So now it shows the assist edit, and we'll add a trigger on assist edit. So if the user clicks, this is what we get. So let's create AVR. No, not really. VAR. How about that? So we'll create take the item list, create that as a variable. We'll go item list, lookup mode, true. So whenever we're calling a page variable, saying open, we want to make sure that we have told the page that, hey, please be in lookup mode, so we get an OK and can return stuff. So with that, we can do if item list dot run modal equal action : lookup, not lookup cancel, lookup OK, meaning that if the user has clicked on OK with the intent that you looked something up. This is pretty good. So what we get, let's actually just try this out. Message, hello YouTube. So let's try this out. Just see that we get the assist edit. So I deploy, and I'll just put this into edit mode. And if we go here, now we can see that I got the 3 dots. See, I have both of them, but I also have the 3 dots. I click on that, and I don't care about this, and you can see that I actually have an item list, and I can select items here. That's pretty good, and I got the OK cancel. So if I click OK, hello YouTube. So that works. Okay, so the trick now here, and the trick is actually pretty simple. You select it. So on the item list page, we have a function called getSelectionFilter that returns a text. So let's check out what that text actually is. We'll deploy again. Go into edit mode. We're just gonna kill the debugger. So I hit the 3 dots. I just select a single one. You selected nothing. Okay, interesting. Let's try it again. And now I'm gonna select 4. Okay, hang on. Somebody yell at me and say, hey Eric, how about I put a %1 into your string before you get all confused here. That's why I need you guys to yell at the screen once in a while. Otherwise I get totally confused. Okay, let's try this again. I select a single one. You selected a single one, so I get the item number. Let's try to do, I'll select 2. What do I get? Okay, so now I get a filter. You see this? Dot dot. Okay, let's see what happens if I select those 2, those 2, and those 2. So I have now selected 6 items. Okay. You gotta admit, that's pretty cool. So you get a filter here saying, well, this is the filter that will give you, if you apply this filter to a item record, you will get those records that were just selected, those items that were just selected. Meaning that, hang on, we can accomplish what we need to do in, just a few lines of code here. So if I go and create a an item, record item, and instead of this, I'm just totally gonna do item.set filter on the item number, and I'm gonna do item list get selection filter. And then if item.find set, then begin, repeat until item.next equals 0. And let's create a variable for sales line here, record sales, sales line. So we can do a sl.init, do sl document type equal equal rec dot document type and SL document number equal rec dot. Maybe we need to solve for we should probably solve for line numbers also. So let's actually do this. Create a line number variable, and then instead of this, do sl.setRange document number dot rec dot document number and sl setRange document type dot rec document type. So now what we're doing here now is that we are doing if sl find last. So if we can find the last line on this document, then line number is equal the line number from that line plus 10,000. Else, and you could argue, what if it's a totally blank line? I don't think, are you able to get into, if I click here, I already have a line number, so I'm not able to click on this without actually getting a line number. So the else should actually not matter, but just for completion's sake, we'll do this. This was document number and SL, and you know what, we do this outside the loop. So we do this here, and we'll actually do it like this. So in this case it's actually 0, so we don't care. Then we'll do a line number. So we just need to make sure that we increment line number every time. So sl.line. Wow. I don't know what fingers I'm typing with today. I'm sorry for that. Is equal line number, then sl insert true. And now we're going to validate sl type with type colon item, and we're gonna validate number, hopefully validate number with the number from the item table that we are trying to loop through. So we'll get the item here, and you know what, let's just validate quantity with 1, so you don't have to go back and change that on everything and modify true at the end. Okay, let's just walk through this font. So if we got a lookup, we know we have a filter. Then let's make sure that we know what the last line number is on this invoice or order, sales order in this case. Actually, the code is document type neutral, because we nowhere here we have actually specified that this should only work on a sales order. Anyway, we get the last line number on this document. Then we grab the selection filter from our item list and put that as a filter on item, and we loop through all the items here. For every item we find, we increment the line number. Then we create a line, new line in the document. We've set the type to item. We set the number to the number from the item. Quantity 1, modify. So at the end of all this, we should do a curl page update false. So we are making sure that we tell Business Central, hey, we done something. Please update the screen and make sure that you show everything. So let's see if this works. We're deploying. Let's see if this works. We go. So in theory, we can just do this on an existing line. We just hit the 3 dots. We select the 4 items. We hit OK. And we get a message saying blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that. And we have 4 new lines on our sales order here. So that's basically done. You could argue that perhaps it would make more sense to have the 3 dots sitting over on the type, and then we could do a case type, and if you had if you selected resource, then you could select 4 different resources, but that's just implementation at this point. So the star of the video is this function. This function is pretty cool and very easy to work with. You see, we've done this in 42 lines of code with room to spare. And that is how you do a multi-select in Business Central. So I did it this way to avoid messing with the standard functionality. So, okay, I'm giving my users an additional way of doing this. I know that there's discoverability issues where users need to know what those 3 dots will do. So it could also be a function. You could add this as an action on the line instead of, or action on the subform or something like that. But again, that's how you're going to expose it to the customer, to your users. The selection filter you get out of the multi-select is just a filter, and then, as we did, you apply it to a table and you're done. Let me know in the comments below if this is something that you want to use, or you have done this differently. There's other ways of working with the selection stuff. I find this one very clean, but let me know what you do. You might have made differ. And if you're keen on more videos, this is the one to watch. See you later. Bye.